while driving carpool and banging your Pilates instructors to fill the empty voids in your life? We'll see who gets the last laugh. My mom grew up here, that old house on the hill.
Wait, the ghost house? Is your mom Lydia Dietz?
Unfortunately.
She's a legend.
The living, the dead. Can they coexist?
Now's my chance.
Ghosts aren't real. Only gullible people believe that kind of crap.
I can't believe I'm doing this. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I need you to help me save my daughter. But how do I know that you're going to keep your word?
I swear on my dead mother's soul. Days. Bob, you and the boys stand guard. Nobody gets through. Let's go, honey.
Recognize this puss.
Never seen that chick before in my life. Or afterlife.
Are you doing this?
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. I'm needed upstairs. Bob, hold down the fort. Spill your guts. Who wants to go first? All right, I will. See, I'm willing to do the work.
Where the afterlife is so random.
You're that thing from my dream. Really more nightmare material.
Confronting the unknown, conquering your fears. There's nothing harder.
What the f? Thank you all for coming to this special occasion, but right now with like a little privacy.
All right, we just saw the trailer for Beetlejuice, and I've said it before, I've said it again. This better be the best movie ever made.
Dude, it's been so long coming, man. I am beside myself with this movie.
But it actually looks like really good, and it looks like this is a proper continuation. And I don't know if you ever saw the cartoon, but I'm also getting some major cartoon vibes.
Yeah, dude, I forgot there was a cartoon.
Yeah, where Lydia would actually hang out with Beetlejuice in her room and go to the afterlife, and I got that like you better help me help my daughter, and then like I swear on my mother's grave, and then his like chest catches on fire.
Dude, or when he said to spill your guts, all right, I'll go first, and his guts shoot out.
This Michael Keaton hasn't lost it. Whoa. Like, oh my God, I don't know. I
lost a step, that guy, man.
I know. I think
came back as Batman making spaghetti, and now he's freaking.
It's a hot mess.
It's a hot mess.
Within a 1 year period or 1-2 year period, he said, "It's showtime," and I'm Batman. His two catchphrases. So maybe he'll go down in the champion of the comeback heroes.
Yeah, man. So good, dude.
But a couple of things I want to note before we really kick off this this episode is so in this one we apparently have Beetlejuice's wife, right? Beetlejuice's wife gives me some serious Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas vibes, and we kind of got a hint of it in the first trailer, but here she's clearly putting herself together like Sally. So
yeah, I was like, oh man, this is great.
I might have mentioned it a few times, but the original Beetlejuice actually featured Jack on the top of Beetlejuice's carousel when he was in the carousel uniform or whatever. It was at the top, so that's where we first saw it. So maybe there is some crossover action since there is a Nightmare Before Christmas world. You know, they should do a Nightmare Before Christmas live action or reenactment or a sequel because that's...
They should, man. I'm so ready. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I just watched it again like a few days ago.
And now that they're all definitely Disney properties, what they should do is cross over Nightmare Before Christmas with the Santa Claus universe. And I actually think that would be a crazy because that
would be amazing.
They already
or
are.
At least, well, the thing is, in the Santa Claus, there was a multiverse of Santa Clauses,
and there's also
at least open one door.
And as far as I could tell, I actually haven't seen the movie sequels, but I've seen the series. But from what I heard, there are actual other other holidays that exist in that universe too.
Yeah.
And other.
I believe it's in part 2 or part 3. No, part 2, and then they come back in part 3.
Yeah. So why not? But anyway, welcome back to Shop Talk Movie News, our 73rd installment on Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Marc Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Abel Pineda. Remember, like, share, subscribe, check us out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you get your stuffs, TikToks, MySpaces. Dude, I want to make a MySpace.
Somewhere.
And
speaking of old stuff,
yeah.
Do you remember these?
Pokeballs? But what's in it? Like
the ones that came in like McDonald's or something?
That's where it started. It was probably Kentucky Fried Chicken,
I think so.
Right?
Dude, look, I forgot that I had this. It's a certified Pikachu.
Dude, get that appraised.
No, I can't give this away for any kind of money unless it's a million monies.
Dude, I don't know. Get that stuff appraised. You never know who. I remember I lived in San Jose during the Pokemon Go phase, and people were running like across streets trying to catch stuff. It was the saddest thing
Legend
I've ever saw. Yeah, it was seriously like zombie apocalypse.
You know, for like a split second, I was one of those people, and that was when my wife and I were first dating. We did it once, and that was it.
Yeah, I don't want to be one of those poor jabronis out there. I remember when some people from my old job wanted to hang out. They wanted to hang out and go Pokeball or Pokemon hunting. And I was actually pretty disappointed in that.
You know what's annoying? My mail room or mailbox stand, wherever my Amazon locker is, there are like kids that stand there looking at their phone, and I'm just like, what is that? And then my wife goes, I think that's a Pokemon stop.
Oh, lame.
Oh, man.
Hang on. But anyway.
She wouldn't let me run out the door and yell, nerds!
Yeah. Dude, I need that button. I have a list of buttons I need to add to this one. And I think we'll be pretty happy once we put it in. And then I'm going to add the note nerds to that list of buttons. So hopefully by the time we do another show, we'll have new buttons. But anyway, on this episode, we actually have a trailer extravaganza. So let's hop to the next one here.
Are you sure you want to do this? There she is. You want to break in and steal highly regulated equipment.
This could be our only ticket out of here.
Should be in and out in 30 minutes.
Welcome to the Romulus space station.
This place gives me the creeps.
What the hell is this?
I don't know.
What the fuck was that? Yo!
Stop playing around, man. Just get up.
I'm not playing around. There's something in the water.
What do you mean there's something in the water?
I don't know. There's just something in the fucking water.
Run.
Are you alright?
Tomorrow. I don't know what to
do. Whatever comes, we'll face it together.
Let's go.
Impact event in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dude, I'm so like hyped for this one.
Dude, Alien Romulus looks like the best one since the second one.
You may actually be right, and I think that's the way it's going. So a couple of notes on this trailer. There has been some speculation that Blade Runner and Alien share a universe. And if you look at the architecture at the very beginning of this trailer, when they're on Earth, supposedly, it looks very much like Blade Runner architecture, like the kind of futuristic pyramids in the middle of the city, that kind of thing. So I think there's some credence to that, to where there are, in that universe, there are replicants.
Oh my God, that means there's a Jared Leto in every universe.
Dude. You just kind of ruined that like possible thought for me there. Because I don't want any more Jared Leto. It's bad enough he's in the Tronverse.
Man.
Jared Leto's in the Tronverse, the Spider-Verse.
He wears a helmet the entire time.
He's also in the Haunted Mansion verse.
Oh God, that movie sucked.
But also with this Alien Romulus trailer, it's directed by Fede Alvarez, who made Don't Breathe. But the beginning of Don't Breathe, if you remember, had like a couple, like just one more job, and then we're gonna get out of this town, right? This one had the exact same kind of line, just one more thing, and then we're out of the thing. But instead of it being a creepy house, robbing a creepy house with old crazy blind guy,
spaceship.
It's a spaceship with an alien, so kind of a similar boot off there. And then also the alien bucket. Apparently, this is the strangest. The year of the weird popcorn bucket challenges.
Yeah.
So I sent you a picture of that. There it is.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, at least it's not as what's the term? Innuendo. There's no innuendo, I think, with this one. So even though I think Ridley Scott once said that the what do you call it? The code for Alien was rape. So you kind of get that feeling with this trailer with the face huggers trying to get in your mouth.
Of course, you would get Fede to direct this one.
Yeah, so that'd be crazy. And then in a bit of other Alien news, maybe we should have an Alien watch. Noah Hawley has been on track to make this series, the Alien series, and that he finally came out with the name. And the name for the new Alien series is Alien Earth. And so it's kind of interesting because after the original Alien, and I think before Aliens, James Cameron's Aliens, the Italians came out with a knockoff called Alien 2 Sulla Terra, which means, I believe, Alien 2 on Earth. So that was actually the original name of the knockoff Alien sequel. I don't know if they've thought that far in advance when they put this one together.
Crazy.
But maybe that's just a screw you to the knockoff universe of early 80s movies that maybe no one knew if they were canon or not back then when something came out.
I mean, that's how what is it? That's how James Cameron started his career.
Yeah,
he raised the bar doing those movies.
Yeah, doing Piranha, and The Howling or whatever he did.
Getting kicked off that movie.
Yeah, I remember they were saying that he had electrocute the maggots so they'd squirm on camera in one of those old
he used if you listen to the podcast Blockbuster. One season, the second season is dedicated to James Cameron, and it is fantastic. It is him just raising the bar.
That's what James Cameron does because he is
always does, man.
James Cameron. All right, let's check out another one of these hot trailers that dropped.
I know I turn everything into a joke, but I care. Or I want to use that for something important. I waited a long time for this team up. In my world, you're well regarded. You were an X-Man. Fuck that, you were the X-Man. The Wolverine. He's a hero in my world.
Yeah, well. He ain't shit in mine. Scott used to beg me to wear this suit. So did Storin and Beast. But I couldn't have him thinking I wanted to be there. And it was too late.
It's only 9 people, but my entire world is right here in this picture. And I have no idea how to save it alone, but you know how to save them.
Whoever you think I am. You got the wrong guy.
You were always the wrong guy. Till you weren't.
Are you ready?
Fuck yeah, I'm ready. I'm the Wolverine. Stop it.
Okay, so that movie's got to be the biggest movie of like the last 5 years, right?
Dude. Was that X-23, by the way?
Yes, that was Daphne Keane returning as Logan's daughter from Logan.
Yeah.
And also the insinuation that Deadpool has met a web-slinging hero. And I hope he's not the perverted one from The Boys that we saw the other.
Oh.
The Spider-Man on The Boys, like the Spider-Man alternate, has a lot of strange thoughts about the universe.
Man.
So that's a fun one to check out. And also, I also like I think one of my favorite things about this new Deadpool movie, at least what they're saying, is that so the Marvel universe has been a shit show for the last like 5 years, right?
Yeah, it's been a dumpster fire.
But I think the only thing that has worked, ironically, is Loki. The Loki series is, and this does feel a lot like a continuation. And we even got a return.
I mean, you get the TVA
with the TVA, but also the return of the spaghetti universe falling apart.
Yes,
we've and then the Eliath snake monster in the void and all that. So I'm really happy to see that.
I'm hoping they dig
candy
into this universe and just push it forward because obviously people like it, man.
So I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic about Deadpool 3. At least it'll be funny, but I actually hope it'll be a great movie too. And I kind of don't want to say goodbye to Deadpool. And better, and it'd be funny if they have we already know there's Lady Pool and Dog Pool, but maybe if they have like Jim Carrey as a Deadpool and a bunch of other, like Eddie Murphy as a Deadpool. If they could
get people like that, that would be amazing, dude.
So that would be nice. So I'm very optimistic about that. So here, new trailer. Let's watch another one because it is a week of trailers. The
trailer bonanza.
Yeah. Okay. Because after this trailer, I think I got some more notes on the universe. So check this one out.
Get it.
I remember that day. I never forgot it. That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
Where were you born?
I don't know. I never knew a mother nor a father.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
Did you hear that crowd? The greatest temple Rome ever built. The Colosseum. Because this is what they believe in. Power.
General Acacius, there are victories yet still to come.
Rome has so many subjects, she must feed them.
They can eat war!
The arena turns slaves into gladiators, then gladiators into free men.
You have something in you. I knew it from the start.
Did you now?
Rage. That rage is your gift.
This is about survival! Survive! Hold together and when it charges, break for the wall.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
The entire Roman armies.
Too much.
The general will do.
Rome must fall. I need only give it a push.
We make it out alive. Alright.
Hands on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Colosseum walls.
belonged to Maximus. Now I give it to you.
What is the dream of Rome? For people are not free.
I was owned. Now I will control an empire.
I will not waste another generation of young men for their vanity.
Strength among us! This how Rome treats its heroes! Hands on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Colosseum doors.
The gods have spoken!
Apparently Eddie Munson or whatever his name was from Stranger Things got reincarnated into a Roman emperor.
Yeah.
Hey, before we comment on that, I want to show you something, because this is like I am on board for this trailer for Gladiator 2 100%. But I feel like Gladiator, one of the great things about it has this like really epic score by Hans Zimmer, if not one of the greatest scores of all time. But when I saw this trailer, all I could think of was this scene from The Simpsons.
I, King Arthur, declare Zorro the new King of England.
Yes!
From the Z to the O to the double R-O, he's a dude in a mask from the barrio. With his horse and his mask and his big old sword, he'll cut your butt from a 52 Ford.
You know?
Yes, I know exactly what you mean, man.
This kind of took me out of the game when, you know, we heard from the Z to the O to the R to the O. Maximus is in the Coliseum, yo. You know,
hand on it.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. As soon as I heard that, I was like, "Wait a minute,
what's happening?
This better not be in the movie. This better."
I was waiting for either Leslie Nielsen to come back and join, the Scary Movie team.
Yeah.
Like an epic movie too, but you know, what do you call it? The trailer editing aside, the movie looks great, and if anything, it's implementing a lot of things that Ridley Scott wanted to do. And I don't know if many people remember when the first Gladiator came out. What happened was, being a cinephile, in my whole life, right? You remember Braveheart?
Yeah, of course.
Braveheart was epic, right? But Braveheart,
it wasn't epic.
Braveheart was like a perfect movie, but
yeah,
this is how I kind of imagine how things happened. So Braveheart was like a great movie, right? And it took place in like the fields of Scotland in medieval times, right? And you were transported there, right? But it was like a movie, and I feel like Braveheart could have been made 10 years before that. Could have been made 10 years before, in different levels, right? But it's still a great movie, right? Great score, great everything. But then Ridley Scott came along and made Gladiator, and you were transported to ancient Rome.
Dude.
That was the first movie that put you somewhere else.
And you forgot where you were watching it.
Yeah, you were in the Coliseum when you did it. You weren't watching Braveheart. You weren't watching Swords and was it Swords and Stones movies? Swords and Seals. I can't even.
What was that movie?
Swords and Sandals.
The Chocolate Rain movie?
Yeah, I don't.
You weren't there.
Oh yeah, which by the way was Ridley Scott 20 years later.
This is his. Oh, comeuppance right here.
Oh well, I still forgive Ridley Scott for a lot, because he did make the first Alien classic. He made Thelma and Louise classic. He made G.I. Jane. He made so many classics up until then, and then when the Oscars came out for Gladiator, it's like it was nominated for like 433 Oscars and won like every single one of them. And then when it came down to Best Director, the Best Director goes to Steven Soderbergh for Traffic. What? No, Ridley Scott for Gladiator. I remember Russell Crowe up there was like, I want to thank Ridley Scott. Everybody wanted to thank Ridley Scott. This movie wouldn't be a movie without Ridley Scott. Everybody.
They all should have thanked George Lucas for inspiring Ridley Scott. Dang it. That's all I'm saying.
There's a lot of things there. I'm just getting at, like, no one remembers Steven Soderbergh's Traffic. Meanwhile, poor Ridley Scott's like 930 years old, still making Alien and Gladiator movies.
Then.
But back then he was an old man. I could just imagine the guy breaking his pencil. So maybe he like ran over someo's dog.
He calls someone to come break his pencil for him.
No, poor Ridley Scott. But yeah, he got to do his Rhino battle now, and he got to do his Coliseum water battle, which from what I can tell, and I was googling it, the reenactment water battle actually did happen in the Coliseum back in the day.
Yeah, no, I've read up on that stuff. It was for real. I don't know about the sharks.
Yeah,
but the water was legit.
So we'll see, and I hope it's good. If not, at least for Ridley Scott and his traffic steal of the century there.
Yeah, at the time of filming this, we have Deadpool coming out. Right after that, we have Beetlejuice, and right after that, we have Gladiator.
Yeah, and I got one more trailer to watch. So let's check this one out. Let me just get it all teed up here.
Wilson. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election. You and I haven't always agreed in the past, but I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
And if we disagree on how to manage a situation, then what happens?
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
Sir, your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that, or you don't want to. What if it's a trap?
Global power is shifting. You're just a pawn.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
You're right. I'm not.
So Captain America: Brave New World. It looks like it's got its moments, but it also feels very Disney Plus-y to me.
It does. It feels like a long episode of Winter Soldier and I don't know what the heck the other show.
The Winter Soldier and Falcon go on strike or something. I forget.
Also, how did Anthony Mackie just end up as Captain America? He's Captain Dadbot.
Well, I don't know.
And he's not a super soldier.
Yeah, but he can fly, so that's good. I don't know.
I'll watch it for the sake of the show.
And also, what's his name? We're gonna get Red Hulk. Harrison Ford.
Yeah, we're gonna get Red Hulk.
And also, we're gonna follow up on that whole storyline from The Incredible Hulk, starring Edward Norton, where that Stearns professor got Hulk brain juice in his brain.
Yeah,
and became the leader. So he's going to be one of the main villains in that. And we got Giancarlo Esposito, also known as the second act villain in all of your favorite programs.
It really is, man.
Yeah, I got some of that from Honest Trailers there, but or one of these guys. But since that's a bit of Marvel news, I'm going to have a little bit more Marvel news, and I'm going to say the Russo brothers are returning to direct the Avengers, the next two Avengers movies, which may or may not be related to King. I know one of them was supposed to be King Dynasty, but I heard something happened to King.
I'm ready for that, man. King needs some help.
The last
Russo
time,
brothers are pretty good there.
Yeah, they're good, and I think they actually did drive up to their house and opened up the dump truck of money. And just because I heard that Sean Levy from Deadpool was going to direct. I think that was the last bit of news, but I don't know. Maybe he ran over that same producer's dog. And
well, speaking of Deadpool,
got fired. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this. I think I sent it to you. The Deadpool butt remote.
No,
the Xbox controller.
Oh, I think I saw that, but I thought it was like fake because I didn't know what I was looking at.
No, it's real. So this remote, you cannot buy it.
Yeah,
you can win it though. So if you're in the market to buy an Xbox Series, whatever the heck it is, they're looking to raffle one of these bad boys off. And that's it. There's only one in existence.
I still remember the Deadpool Wolverine like sex doll mouth popcorn buckets.
Oh.
Just to follow up on the
Ryan
Dune
Reynolds
popcorn
put that
buttons. Yeah, so
dude, that was great.
Now
to talk about more Deadpool Wolverine. Hold on,
because all I got is sad news after this.
Yeah, well, I got one. I guess this is a good segue to it.
Yeah.
But apparently grown men were quote unquote sobbing when they saw Wolverine show up in his yellow suit. To that I say, nerds!
Yeah, I remember going, even though we went back in time to the year 2000 when we saw Gladiator, also going back in the time in the year 1999 when The Phantom Menace was coming out, and those nerds were in line like 3 months to get their tickets, to get the Phantom Menace tickets. I remember back then,
I saw opening day.
So like I've always liked Star Trek a little better than Star Wars.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways. And I remember all these like Star Wars. I remember all these Star Wars people like, yeah, man, this new one's gonna be great. You're gonna see how great like Star Wars is. And I saw the Phantom Menace. Like that was bad. That was BAD bad. And that's what I call pod racing and Jar Jar and all that stuff. And then like, it was just not a great movie. I've warmed up.
I didn't mind it. Obviously,
I've warmed up to it a lot more.
Episode 3 was a lot better after the first watch in like 10 years.
I actually liked 2 and 3. I'll admit that. A lot of people don't like 2. A lot of people say it's the worst one. But I even though there's some very wooden, I don't like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. There's some really shitty dialogue in number 2.
Yeah.
But I did dig the Empire being grown and the clones showing up and
some of my favorite animated series from Star Wars lore come from all of that.
Yeah. And
it's great. Like Order 66, come on. They made like 2 shows on that.
I was just about to say Order 66. If you're ever going to betray anyone, call it Order 66. It's a good
catch me at the Overlook.
Yeah.
Committing Order 66.
Order 66. So that was fun. What the hell were we talking about?
I don't know, man. I think you were going over to sad news.
Oh, but you were talking about saying, I don't know, popcorn buckets.
Deadpool, Wolverine.
Wolverine. Oh, the nerds crying. Yeah, lots of nerds crying. Especially, we'll see, because I feel like after this one, we're not going to see Patrick Stewart again as Professor X. We've had so much.
He's old, man.
We've had so much overtime with Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman in these roles, which is awesome, by the way. I was actually, dude. Going back in time, I remember there was a day that I went to Costco and I seriously bought on DVD Gladiator, because they came on the same day. Gladiator, X-Men, the original X-Men with Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman, and Chicken Run. Remember Chicken Run?
There's Chicken Run Part 2, right?
Yeah, there were like a couple of them and they didn't get...
No, there's like a legit sequel, Chicken Run 2, on Netflix. And it's fantastic.
I was going to watch it, but I heard Mel Gibson wasn't the voice of
it's actually
Rocky
what's his face? It's the guy who plays Shazam. I always forget his name.
Oh, Zach Braff, or not Zach Braff?
Yeah, no, not Zach Braff.
Levy.
Zachary Levy or
Zachary
something.
Levy, not Brad. The others, I used to get them confused, and I still do apparently. Okay. Yeah. So we got some sad news. Shannon Doherty dies of breast cancer at 53. Yeah. She's had a crazy up and down career there. And I remember she's been sick.
She wasn't charmed, you could say.
Yeah, and 90210 and a bunch of things. And I remember her from Scare Tactics. Remember Scare Tactics?
Yeah,
that was an interesting show. That was a reality show that people wanted to be on, because like it's like all of a sudden you're in a Jason movie, and then they say like it was fake.
They could make a movie on that now.
Yeah. Okay. And then I got another bit of sad news, and we'll show a couple of clips with these next ones here. But Richard Simmons died at 76, and he was pretty reclusive his last few years, and a lot of people. We're kind of missing him, but I don't know if you ever saw this, but I'll share this video with you to get your thoughts on it, because it's pretty trippy. So let me tee it up here.
No, stop it. I saw you working really hard not to be noticed, and I know what it's like to want to disappear, okay? And I could see it in you. What's my first rule? Like yourself. okay? Like yourself. Your weight doesn't matter. If you like yourself, you're gonna be fine. And I have a sense you haven't been the kindest person to yourself lately, have you? But if I'm wrong, just say, Richard, you're nuttier than a squirrel turd.
What?
If I'm wrong, just say, Richard, you're nuttier than a squirrel turd.
No.
Don't be shy. Okay, you're beautiful. You're unique. But I've been where you are right now. Okay? And where I'm right now is I just love myself. Every part of myself. Even the 300-pound me. Which is why I let him out every once in a while to have a donut. And I think I could show you how to get here.
We're back in 30 seconds!
Here. Have the rest of my donut. Or don't. But ask yourself, David, is this donut fit for a king? Because that's what you are, David. You're a fucking king. Okay, so don't forget about it.
Check it out, the whole thing, because it is pretty fun. And I think that Pauly Shore did a pretty good Richard Simmons there. And I think that's the last.
He's another Encino man.
Yeah. Dude, did I ever tell you I saw Pauly Shore? Like in person?
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
I was in Pasadena and he was like talking on the phone. And it was the funniest thing because I was walking.
It's going to be the weirdest realization.
Yeah, I was just walking. Like I didn't see him, but I'm like, hey man, what's going on? And he wheezing that jazz. And he didn't say that, right? But I'm like, dude, that sounded just like Pauly Shore. And I look and he was like talking on the phone. Like he was just like hanging out.
Dude, I would have yelled. Hey!
I know, but you don't want to.
I would have walked away.
You don't want to ruin, like, they're still people, right?
Yeah, that's why you just yell real quick and then walk away.
But he
confuse them just enough.
Oh my God, it's Encino Man! No. But it just blew my mind. Because he also had like a way shorter haircut than I'm used to seeing him with.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy. But going back to Richard Simmons, yeah. The dude had so much energy all the time, and like he's just sort of like iconic, So it's kind of sad to see him go. And from what I heard, he didn't like the Pauly Shore reenactment. But if you watch the whole thing, it's kind of more or less inspiring. I mean, it's kind of
it didn't look from this snippet I watched. It didn't look like he was doing it to be a douche.
Yeah, and that's what I got too. If anything, it was probably the best Pauly Shore acting I've ever seen. Because
Tower of Chisa.
Yeah, so it's just one of those sad things. And then another sad bit of news.
The older we get, the more these people die.
Shelley Duvall died at 75.
Man.
So I remember her from The Shining. She was also in that bizarre Popeye movie as Olive Oyl.
Yeah, it keeps popping up on my freaking my projector's like suggested page.
Yeah,
it's like a Android thing.
Oh, dude, it just occurred to me that Robin Williams is also dead. He played Popeye. So Popeye and Olive Oyl, in some alternate universe, reunited, I suppose. But another sad passing. Bob Newhart just died at 94.
Dude, I just saw that.
And I was trying to think of Bob Newhart memories, and he actually had in one of his shows had one of the apparently greatest endings of all time, and it was parodied very recently or late 2000s. So I'll show you the parody really fast. Let me get that teed up because it is pretty epic, and maybe I'll go over it if you don't quite understand what's happening here.
All right. Okay. Back to black. Interior.
Right. Okay.
Bedroom.
Bedroom.
A light switches on. It's Bob Newhart. Oh, Bob Newhart.
You won't believe the dream I just had. I had an inn in this crazy little town in Vermont.
I just had this dream that I was a castaway on this crazy island. There was a polar bear and A guy who turned into smoke.
You're not Emily.
This doesn't work either.
Carlton thinks he's seen it.
This may be one of the most famous final shows in all of television. And you think you've seen it?
Yeah.
Get me the Morris office.
Hey, Bob, hold on 1 second. We could do a time travel thing and go back in time.
Yeah, Bob, what if this happened before your finale?
Hey, Bob?
Bob?
So hang on, let me make sure it's still uploading.
Oh, good.
So I don't know if you know this, but in one of the Bob Newhart shows that he did at some point, the final episode, he woke up from a dream, and the whole show was part of the other show that he did before. So like that show never happened.
No way.
And the character from the previous show woke up from a dream with the old wife, and like I just had the craziest dream.
Funny. That is so meta, man.
Yeah, that's why he's saying that was the greatest ending of all time. So like, I guess you can't change that. So you'll actually see that parodied from time to time. And I don't know which one came first, that or Dallas, because in Dallas, I think a character everyone liked was dead, but he came back to life in a similar fashion. But not Bob Newhart was a legend. I remember The Simpsons, a couple of things, maybe a little bit before my time, but I do remember that Lost ending because I think that was actually probably one of my more favorite parts of Lost was all the jokes at the end because
the way it ended.
Lost will always be my least favorite show of all time.
Show.
Yeah. Any other news on your side? You got more sad? That's all I got for the sad news.
I don't want to bring up it. No, I think all the news that you found was all the news I found.
Okay. So I got a couple more.
Let's do it, man.
During the last couple of weeks, Alec Baldwin's case has been dismissed due to some shenanigans with the defense not sharing evidence. So they let him go, and he cannot be tried again for this one. Because
he pulled his face down.
He pulled, like in Beetlejuice, he pulled his face out. Can you be scared?
I'm telling you guys, Beetlejuice is going to be great.
Oh man, we didn't even talk about like when the people get sucked into their phones.
Yeah,
I can't wait because I actually kind of hope that Beetlejuice isn't the bad guy. I feel bad if he is, but
I know
because I like him so much, and I'm glad Alec Baldwin isn't in this one. We'll just assume they crossed over and maybe lived happily ever after, the Maitlands.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird where they go. So we'll find out. And speaking of spooky things, The Conjuring 4 will be the finale of the Conjuring mainstay movies, and that will release in 2025.
Man.
And another upcoming...
We need another Insidious. Dang it.
Tiptoe Through the Window. Yeah. I don't know if you saw The Red Door yet, so maybe we'll go back.
I haven't, man.
That's on Netflix, I think. So check out.
I know. I just haven't found the time.
Yeah, that was pretty fun, also. And then last but not least, Shrek 5 in the works to be released in July of 2026. I see your mind blown in there.
Celebrate my. Oh God, what was that? Oh man, it'll be 39. Oh,
dude. Yeah, it's these numbers they just get bigger. I always say they got to cure old age.
Hurt every morning.
Yeah, every time I turn on the news and see the certain people in the news, I go, wow, getting old sucks.
Yeah, especially if you've done work to your face.
Yeah, hair plugs. Do you remember? Do you remember the cable guy? Back in the day with Jim Carrey.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah. The cable guy with Matthew Broderick and Jim
Billy.
Carrey. Yeah, I remember Jim Carrey, the cable guy, got surveillance footage of Matthew Broderick complaining about his boss. He's like, those hair plugs, and like mix it, hair plugs, make me sick, hair plugs.
Dude, I haven't seen that movie in so long.
hair plugs. So I got that stuck in my head a lot. So hair plugs. So remember to like, share, subscribe, check us out on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you get your stuffs. We're around. We're doing a bunch of things. Deadpool, man. Deadpool coming out. Deadpool's coming out. Aliens, all these movies we've got to review. Lots of good stuff coming.
So excited.
And always remember, the great dump is always upon us.
Yeah, so check us out. We are on YouTube. All the stuff is on there. Make sure you comment. That's pretty good stuff. We
Yeah,
don't know
man.
what you like until you show us or tell us what you like.
We're growing, man. Things are happening.
Yeah.
We even have an imposter show. I don't know if you noticed that. Did you notice that?
Pretty good stuff.
It's like us in
You're
Russia.
doing good when people copy your stuff.
We like movies and we have guts.
But do their cast review YouTube stuff?
Yeah, it's the Clubhouse Lisky movie esky cinema. I don't even think of it. My brain. I have gotten like no sleep. Why haven't we released an episode in a little while? Because I haven't gotten any sleep. That's why.
It's exhausting doing life.
Yeah, everything is tiring. But we were gonna make time for Deadpool. We're gonna make time for Alien Romulus. We're gonna make time for Beetlejuice.
And Gladiator 2.
Gladiator, that's December, dude.
Strength and honor.
Strike that honor. What if he comes back at the end? Where they can
Dude.
Going back
He just comes back as himself from what is it? He was like God in Thor.
Oh yeah. And he was also Moses.
He was.
I actually want to see that one, just because everyone says it's pretty whack. It's like a reimagining of Noah's Ark. But from what I hear,
we gotta watch it.
Yeah, maybe it'll be the one time I try acid. I'll watch this strange reenactment of Noah's Ark. So we'll check that out. And I was also thinking about the Gladiator trailer that we just saw. I got so derailed by the rap. Maybe they did this on purpose. But the main character, is he the kid from the first one? Because it is implied that he is.
No, I'm assuming so.
But he's saying he never had a mother or a father and doesn't remember like what happened. So like,
well, like after what's his face died, was he taken? He just forgot.
Yeah, it's like everything happened in Gladiator, but he got hit in the head with a coconut. All he remembers was the battle. Like Gilligan.
Yeah.
And then halfway through the movie, like someone's gonna hit him in the head with a bowling pin, and he's gonna remember everything. Like, oh yeah, I am the
He's
prince.
gonna get a "That's So Raven."
Yeah. Why am I not emperor?
Yeah. I'm so mad.
I'm so mad. It's funny they recasted him for this one, right? But they didn't recast him for Glass. Because remember, in Unbreakable, it was the same kid, but they brought him back as an adult. But he's got like a weird, he's got like this doe-eyed look.
We'll see.
So we'll see. But so remember, like I said, maybe I said it again. Like, share, subscribe. Check it out on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you get your stuff. That has been Shop Talk, our 73rd installment on Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Marc Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Abel Pineda. We will catch you next time.